How do you develop these kind of relationships, especially with an industry stalwart who is so successful like Mr. Deepak Parekh?
Yeah.
So today, if someone wants to reach out, it's very difficult for them to
course.
get a meeting with them. But someone like who wants to find a mentor like him, how do you advise? Like, let's take an example of me. Okay, if I want to, let's say, have him as a mentor, what would you advise me? What should I do? How to do?
Very good question. There are two ways, in which mentorships, three ways actually, I'd say mentorships are created. I think in my experience, I've got like really, one is people you work with. First of all, you realize in your industry area itself, right? You may decide that, and there are many kind of mentees I have who don't work at KPMG or Unicus, but effectively because we are in the same profession, they tap into my knowledge and experience. And I used to do the same thing even earlier. I was in KPMG, but there were great leaders elsewhere who I would do. So that's one part. I think the second level of mentorship is when you serve somebody as a service provider, right? So let's say how my thing would happen is when I used to serve Deepak, I would serve Adi Godrej, I would serve Mr. Premji. Along the way, then you effectively, if you do good and if they like what you do and they connect with you and they have empathy for you, you then have the ability to effectively ask them, and that's how kind of relationships go.
This was when you were at KPMG.
This was the KPMG kind of. We got served all of them, yeah, and all great human beings. I think the third, which is the most extreme form of mentorship request I've seen, is somebody reached out to me from very, very large private equity and said, I'm relocating from Canada to India, and can I request for a meeting because I want to effectively tap into this thing. And he was a credible guy. And his content, of course, one looks up who this person is. And that was impactful. And I met him and I loved the guy. And it seemed he had the same way reached out to Deepak and a bunch of others, and everybody gave him a meeting actually. Right? Now, effectively, see, we also have our own channels and stuff as well. So we won't give this to everybody. But I think the point really is, if you believe in yourself, if you believe you can contribute to a conversation, genuinely want to learn from somebody, maybe at the end of that first meeting, nothing will come about. But maybe at the end of it, something will kind of spark and something will kind of flow forward. But I think my advice to people would be, instead of going out for those moonshots, first, within your network itself, think about people who you interact with, who would be willing to be mentors, and how do you seek those out actually?
Right. Any specific mentors you have in your journey?
Many for different aspects. So I would not pinpoint this guy as a mentor or something. For HR, somebody has been my mentor. For vision, somebody has been my mentor. And I think what is important, like the question you're saying is, how do I get into this club? How does Deepak Parekh start mentoring me?
Yeah.
It's a very important question. And what I feel is that there are moments of truth which you reach with somebody in his life. So like, I may get somebody out of trouble, I may get a successful IPO done for somebody, I may get a big deal or a settlement done for somebody. And in that interaction, the moments of truth become so profound. Then genuine friendships and mentorship comes. Like his moment of truth with Deepak would have come on those big stuff you did, wherein he saw you going beyond achieving something for him, and then he decides to say, no, this guy, I owe it back to him to take him to a better future. So I think till that moment of truth does not come, you cannot go and say, I want to be mentored by you. It doesn't work. So all these fleeting things I get, I want to be mentored by you. I may do a 1 hour conversation out of grace. But after that it just dies, because I won't have time every day. But there are people who moments of truths have got, like say, we have so many people who we made partners, Jamil, who we were in interviews, who were on panels together. Those people today also, if they move to another layer, they will just, text you and tell you, you've been my first mentor because you were in my panel when I became a director. So many people. Or I'm retiring from KPMG today. In my tax practice, 50% of the people were senior to me. But we carried them through, we respected them, we heard them. People just want respect. So when they're retiring, they all will come to you. Mentorship is moments of truth have to come.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.